Oh my god, that's such a nice train. Hello, welcome to another sustainable travel vlog. If you haven't already, you can see the first leg of this journey in my previous video where I take the Eurostar from London to Amsterdam, which I'll link in the description below and somewhere here. Right now I'm at Amsterdam Centraal station waiting for the new sleeper train to take me to Zurich in Switzerland. So it's just after 4 p.m. now and the train leaves at 8:30 p.m. and it arrives in Zurich at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. It passes through the Netherlands, Germany and Switzerland and stops off in 18 places along the way before arriving in Zurich. So I'm gonna go explore the station, find some food and probably find a spot to read my book for a bit. Okay, so because the train arrived just after 4 and the sleeper doesn't leave until like 8:30, I basically have a few hours in Amsterdam, so I'm gonna try and find a cafe or somewhere for dinner. I'm trying to find this little ramen place, but I keep going the wrong way. You've got to be so careful of the cyclists in Amsterdam. It's great because they think they have right of way or something, but they just don't stop. That ramen was so good. If you're gonna pass through Amsterdam via Amsterdam Centraal station, or if you're gonna do this trip in particular, I would really recommend that ramen place. I'll put the details down below, but it's like right outside the station. So I've seen a few other videos about Nightjet sleepers to other places, but I couldn't find that much information about this one in particular, probably because it just started in December 2021 and not many people have had a chance to try it out yet. But I'm assuming it's the same type of train that I've seen in the other sleepers, but I'm not really sure what to expect. I chose to be in a female-only couchette, which cost me 80 euros, so £67. You do have the option to just buy a seat ticket, or you can upgrade and get a private compartment, which means you get your own bathroom, but that is quite expensive. I am quite nervous to see who my bunkmate is gonna be, or mates, plural. This is the first time I'm getting a sleeper train on my own, and yeah, that makes me a bit nervous. All the other times I've got sleeper trains, and I've been with other people and still met, strangers, it's been lovely. So yeah, fingers crossed. This is my room for the night. This is a 4-person couchette, so there's supposed to be 4 beds. Right now though, the lower bunk is still in its seating position, but the attendant will set that up later. And the bed in the middle there is a bit strange because I think it's supposed to be pressed up against the top bunk, but I wasn't able to move it and neither was the attendant. The berth number is displayed on the outside of the room and each bed comes with sheets, a pillow and a blanket. There's complimentary water bottles, 2 plugs, a bin and a mirror on each side of the room. You can lock the door from the inside using this lever. The main light switches are above the door, so you choose to either have bright white lights or warmer lamps beside each bunk. The beds all have netted compartments for your valuables or whatever else you want to keep with you when you sleep, and there's storage both above the door and under the lower bunks. Okay, so I'm in the couchette now. There isn't anyone else in here with me at the moment. So you can get to Zurich from London in quite a few different ways. The reason why I chose to do this route this time was because it's quite difficult to travel through France at the moment. And obviously I love sleeper trains, so I just wanted to try the new sleeper as well. But the quickest way to get to Zurich from London is probably taking the Eurostar from London to Paris and then changing stations and going from Paris to Zurich on a train which is really fast. It's just over 4 hours. So that's basically a day of traveling, and you can stop over and have lunch in Paris if you want. Another route is going from London to Brussels on the Eurostar, and then there's quite a few different changes from Brussels to get to Zurich, and you go through Germany. And if you live in the north of England or East Anglia, it might be the most convenient to get the ferry to the Netherlands, and then you can either get this sleeper train from Amsterdam, or you can just get quite a few different trains to Zurich. So the guy came and took my order for the morning. He offered me tea and coffee, and that even included like green tea. So I ordered green tea, and he said that it would come with like foodie bits. So I'm excited to see what that would be like.
Good morning, it's 10 to 7, it's still dark. I was hoping to get some nice footage of Switzerland, but I did know that sunrise was at 8 a.m. and that's when we arrive, so hopefully I get a bit of the sunrise, but it's still dark right now. I slept okay. It was quite rocky in the night, and they added an engine at the back of the train at some point, so I did wake up a few times. And the temperature, I was really hot at the start and then got really cold, so the temperature control was a bit of an issue. But another lady came in at the last minute just before we were going to bed because she didn't realise that you needed to pick all female couchette. She just thought they put people in there automatically, so she requested to move into mine because she was put in with a man. But she's really lovely. She's obviously really careful with COVID, and we're having some like really nice conversation about family. And also the guy just brought us our breakfast, which is really nice. So I think I'm gonna have some of that, and then I'm gonna get ready. Yes, the first video is just me. Okay, so we've arrived in Zurich. I said goodbye to my bunkmate, It was a real shame that the sun didn't come up in time to show the views, because you could see the outlines of the mountains and the villages in the valleys below them, which look really, really beautiful. So if you are going to take that sleeper, I would advise doing it maybe spring, summer, August, because you just would make the most out of it that way rather than having it mostly in the dark. It was still lovely. It was quite moody to see the mountains outlined like that, but yeah, probably nicer, at least in, you know, sunrise. But thank you so much for coming along with me on this journey. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'll leave more details in the description below. Any questions, as usual, leave it in the comments. I'll get back to you. I am also continuing on to Milan at some point, but I'm going to stay in Switzerland for like a week and a half. So if you're interested in seeing the journey is like between Switzerland and Milan, then you can catch that video soon. Right now I need to find the tram. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.